Good evening, Dr. Holden and fellow classmates. My name is Tabitha Hughes. I first would like to apologize for looking like Rudolph and for having this voice that sounds like a frog drowning in the rain. I'm from South Carolina and nature's trying to kill me. I'm allergic to pretty much everything outside, so allergy season has started in February. So enough about that. This week we were asked to utilize two specific databases from the Jerry Falwell Library, the Oxford Scholarship Online Database and Project Muse, to find at least 3 credible sources and historical scholarly sources that we could use for our dissertation on this journey. And so let me give you a little background before I give you my sources. My topic for my dissertation, as I see it evolving, came to me very early in this program, and so I am looking at the specific and intentional marginalization of certain groups of people by the traditional Western Christian Church. So the groups that I'm going to be focusing on in my dissertation are women, slaves, Native Americans, and members of the LGBTQ community. This topic came to me and became prevalent for me because my son came out as a member of the LGBTQ community, and therefore it became important. Not that, it wasn't an important issue before, but it became an important issue because it was something at home. And so all of a sudden it mattered because it mattered. I will also be in my dissertation looking at how scripture has potentially been mistranslated, misinterpreted, misconstructed to promote a specific viewpoint by the Christian church, i.e. Male patriarchy and traditional male Christian authority. So having said that, the sources that I found this week to contribute to that journey for my dissertation are all very interesting. I'm looking forward to exploring and delving into them deeper. Okay, so the first 2 I found came out of the Oxford Scholarship Database, and the first one is called, it's called Who's It About Anyway? Sexual Ethics, Postmodernism, and Christian Orthodoxy. And this one is particularly an article about homosexuality and homosexuals within the Christian church, and how there is a shift that is being seen in the modern age where some churches are moving towards an acceptance of a committed homosexual relationship just as they would a committed heterosexual relationship. And so I'm interested to explore this article deeper to see, do they pull on scripture? And if they do, which scriptures are they using to to balance this thought? The second source that I found in Oxford was called Slavery in Early Christianity. It's a book by Jennifer Lancy, and it tackles a very difficult topic with a very interesting dichotomy, because we know that slavery as an institution is a reprehensible institution, and yet we also know that the Christian Bible and its scriptures were used on both sides during the antebellum period as justification for their thoughts and their platforms about slavery. So this book has chapters, for example, Bodies and Souls, The Rhetoric of Slavery, Slavery in the Pauline Churches, and Ecclesiastical Development and Slaveholding Culture. So again, this goes right along with what I plan to research about the marginalization of these groups by the church. From Project Muse, I found 2 interesting sources, both surrounding Native Americans. So the first one's called Coming Full Circle, Constructing Native Christian Theology. And this one discusses the rich possibilities present in the intersection of Native theology and Christian theology, in the fact that we had 2 completely different cultures intersecting at a time when the colonizers arrived, but not understanding that there were some things that were fundamentally the same and that they both believed in. The second source is called Encounters of the Spirit, Native Americans and European Colonial Religion. And this one's by Richard W. Pointer. And this one also talks about how these two religions, native theology, native religion, and Christian religion, influenced each other. Even though, of course, Native Americans got the raw end of the deal, if you want to use that euphemism. But there were things that influenced each other as the two cultures met. So these 4 sources will be added to my repertoire for possible bibliographic entries into my research and into my paper. So I hope that you have enjoyed this presentation and that your research proved fruitful as well. Thank you.